Greetings everyone, and welcome to the Crescent Creation channel. This is Elizabeth, and I hope you're having a wonderful crafty day today. I'm going to be using the Just the Sentiment Have a Happy Fall from Simply Celebrate Critters. Nope, that's a fib. No, Simply Celebrate Fall. There we go. Simply Celebrate Fall. That has the leaves, the candies, the pumpkins, the ghosts. That lovely sentiment makes much more sense. And the apples. Okay, and then we're also gonna do, hopefully this is super quick and super cool. We're going to do the Evergreens from Simon Hurley. Both are linked down in the description for you. So yeah, let's get started. So I have this already in my stamp positioner. I've gutted the mat out, and you want to make sure you're using the red rubber side if it's a flip lid or anything different. So we can use our red rubber because it is much thicker. You don't need the extra padding. But I do have my Dollar Tree stick mat to hold my paper. And we have our our dirty paper. We're just going to flip that over and use the other side. 4 1/4, 5 1/2. And what I'm going to do is kind of like a fall sky. So we're going to have some crown me at the top, followed by a little bit of bee sting. Now what this is going to do, there's not always red in the sky, right? But we need that transition, okay? Because if we plop orange right next to our purple, we're going to get brown because this is red and blue. Red, blue, and yellow, and get you your brown. So we want a little teeny weeny transition so that when we swirl our orange up, it's getting more of the red instead of the purple. Okay, and then we're going to finish it off with a little bit of Over the Moon towards the bottom. Okay, so let's get inky. I am just going to fast forward through this portion, and then I'll walk you through the next step, and then our card will be so done. All right, let's get going. So the next piece, can't wait to see if it turns out, because in my mind, it's beautiful. We are going to do a 2 stamp application, okay? We're going to line this up on my grid line as perfect as one can possibly get, which means not too perfect, right? Because we're all not too perfect. There we go. So I'm going to use my Memento black. It's a water-based ink, which is good for alcohol markers, but it's also a lighter black. Compared to the VersaFine Clair, it's not as black. So that's also going to be helpful when we do our second layer. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and ink this up. And if you swirl it around, okay, swirl and tap, whatever you need to do to get her done, get her inky, okay? And don't worry if it doesn't mark the right way the first time, because we can always go right back in. And when I set this up, I knew it wasn't going to stamp at the top, but I need to trim this down anyways, so that's no big deal. But I wanted to make sure I had my peaks. I didn't want to cut the tops of the trees off the bottom. You know, I don't mind chopping those off. at the bottom, but I didn't want the top ones chopped off. So we're going to go in, we're going to press, because this is red rubber. It is a little bit thicker. We want to make sure there's no swooping or anything going on. Then we're going to take a peeky. Oh, look at that. And you're like, yeah, it's kind of blotchy. That's kind of what we need. We don't want it 100%, but we do want to make sure we get the tips of our trees. So what tree are you? I think, okay, is this, okay, that's that tree. That's this one right here. We're just going to ink that little tree topper up. I've got my finger right there. Just push that one down. Nope. Come on. There we go. So we got that little tree topper on there. Everything else looks good. I'm gonna pop this off because I already know I lined it right up to the line, and I'm gonna clean everything off. I want to make sure I get the black off for the next phase. So I'll be right back. All right, everything is all nice and clean now. Now, remember, we lined this up right at the line. Now, if we shift it down and over, okay, yeah, just a teeny bit, the green is going to sit up and over a little, okay. I did a little example just to make sure this is what we're going for. I did shift it a little bit too much for my taste. You just need a hair of a shift to get that green to show up. So what I did last time is I shifted it down below the line and over the line, okay? And I like that position, but if you want your green down and over, then you're going to shift it up and over. But if you want it to show up on this side, you would just shift it over that way, okay? And you would have the void here and here. But I'm going to go down. So I'm just going to go over my line a teeny bit. See if I can't do it better this time. So I'm going to look right here and see that tiny, tiny little bit of a hangover. Same thing over here. I kind of want them equal. We're just shifting the XY axis. You know, XY, woo woo. Something we learn in the math class. Woo woo. Okay, and then again, we're just going to ink. Oops, I touched that, but that's okay. We're just going to ink this up. Again, we're going to do the swirly whirlies. Okay. Because I don't know how much of this is going to actually go on. Get the swirls on there and then tap. And we can definitely go again with our color if it doesn't fill in as much as we want the first time. Okay. Doesn't have to be perfect, but I want it better than that. So come on, there we go. Give it a beating. Give it a beating. Okay, so we're over a little and we're under a little. So let's cross our fingers. I did it right this time. And we just close the door. Give a nice good pressure across all of them. Again, because that red rubber is nice and thick. And cross our fingers. Woo-hoo-hoo. Look at that. Oh, so much better. So I got the points a little bit closer, and that's what I was kind of going for. These ones were way up, so they're a little more even. I'm loving it in that lovely fall colors. And you can stamp a few more times. And now you can see where the color's been removed. So I only have to ink up in those areas. Just like so. Make sure my mat is in the corner. Let's give another press. Get that green a little bit darker. Ugh, look at that. Oh, it's so lovely. Ugh. Look at. And you guys can't see it as well, but my black, where the two colors meet, is a super dark green now. And then I have this grayish black all by itself. It's like you have the pure green, the pure black, and then the blend of the two in the center. Isn't that gorgeous? Ugh, we're gonna we're gonna cover that up with some fall colored sequins. You know, all those boo-boos. They're just opportunities for bling bling. Okay, I'm gonna clean this up and we'll finish off our card. All right, so we're gonna trim this little gem up. And I think I'm just going to trim on this side and across the bottom. I do like the space it gave at the top, so I'm happy for that. We're going to take a 1/4 inch off of one long side and one short side. So we're going down to 4 by 5 1/4. So there's our 5 1/4 right there. Gives us just teeny weeny speckles there, so we can definitely trim that off because that looks a little weird. So we're going just a hair under the 5 1/4, so we'll take just a hair off the other one. That wasn't quite enough. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm going to look here and I see that it is just on that little mark there. So when I go down to the 4 1/4, I'm just going to back it up just a hair, just like it was on the other side. Okay. And then that will be the size of our card panel, and we'll have a nice even border. Okay. Now we want our little sentiment to go across there. So we just get a little scrap piece of paper that we have. And we can do all the fun stuff. You can flag it. You can do all of the embossing, however you want to do it. I'm going to keep mine really simple. And I'm just going to stamp it in a nice VersaFine Clair. Nice black ink. Okay. So I'm going to use my little grid lines off my Simon Hurley block. Just like so. Okay, get that on there. Then we're going to grab this up, get it nice and inky. Just do this towards the bottom so I can save some of that scrap for later. Look at that. Nice, beautiful lawn fawn sentiment. Ugh, so gorgeous. Again, that is from the Simply Celebrate Fall. Okay, comes with some great imagery. And then we decide, do we want it completely off, or do we want to just kind of make little flags? And I'm thinking, you guys, I think I'm gonna trim it down and have a flag. So we're gonna put that on there, make sure that trims. I'm gonna trim this kind of close to my H, and then we're gonna just have the one flag, but I did not do that evenly. I want to plop this in here, and I'm gonna just trim it a little bit. Like so, maybe. I could use my scissors, but I'm just going to use my little guide here to try and line everybody up. Hang it out just a hair. That's much better. It's much better. Okay, now we're going to flag this end. And all I do to flag is we figure out where we want the center of our streamers, okay, to end. So I don't want to go all the way to the L. I want to be back off the L a little bit. So I'm going to cut a little snip right down the center. And then I'm going to go from each of the corners, this corner and this corner, right to my end point. See, it pops right out like that. Gonna go right to the corner, right in there, and there's our lovely little flag. Look at that. And then if we don't want it stark white, we can zhuzh it up with some color. But yeah, look at that. Isn't that pretty? Oh, we can even use that to cover that blemish that we had. But I'm feeling like I want it here, okay? And I am gonna do some embellishments on there. So let's go ahead and let's pop this little flag up. Okay, we've got some really great I can't think, some really great things. We've got some really great things, you know. Those things. I'm looking right at them and I cannot think of the names of them. These lovely foam strips. There we go. These are thicker than what my foam strips from Amazon are. So if you want a little bit of extra height, they're fabulous. And at Crescent Creation, they come in the 1/4 inch and 1/8 inch. So we're just going to plop this right in the center. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? Ugh. And then we're just going to trim that down a hair. Probably should use my glue scissors so they don't get mucky muck. Don't like to mucky up my good scissors. So we're just going to pull that back just a hair, do a little snip. Just like so. And then this little piece that we didn't use, look at that. Right back on our stick mat. And then I've just got mine in this cute little baggie here with all my extra little scrappings. Keep it right here on my desk. Because I haven't figured out where to put it yet. And then we're just going to peel and stick. And then I'll put you on pause while I go fetch my sequins and stuff, and we'll make that so pretty. Ooh. Yeah, we're gonna use these ones from Crescent Creation. They're the new sequins leaves. They're not really sequins. I don't know what you guys call these anymore. They're the little shaker bit embellishments, all the fun stuff, you know. And we're gonna get our little gem picker. So I'm gonna put 2 there, of course, and then we're just going to plop a few on here very randomly. Oh look, I grabbed 2. Isn't that funny? No, I grabbed 3. Did I grab 3? Yep. There we go. We're just going to plop those 2 right there. Definitely got to check these guys out. They stick. They stick to each other really nicely. Grabbed. Is that 1? Let's hope that's 1. Doesn't want to pick up. There we go. Ooh, look at that. We're going to have these beautiful blingy. I'm gonna squish those out, make sure I only got 1. Like our little fall leaves. Very blingy. And then 1 more to cover that one we did. Just like so. Oops, that one was glued down. My bad. Okay. And feel like I need, do I need more? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, let's just put another one right there. Because we can. And we'll do this one like so. There we go. There we go. And the glue dries clear, so I don't have to worry about it. And get this on our little card base, and we will have one finished beautiful card for the fall season. Super quick to do. You get all your color put in, and then do your black stamping, then go through and do your, oh, look at that, do your green stamping. Isn't that great? A nice fall background. You could put a focal image in there. I mean, this is really set up to do anything. Once you get to this nice background in there, you can do loads and loads of stuff. I thank you guys for hanging out with me today, and be sure to have the notifications on as we're trying to upload more content for you guys in the coming weeks. And stop by the store, click on one of those links down below, see what they have in there. Lots of goodies are on sale, and you can use my code Elizabeth Creates to save 10% on regular priced items. So there you have it. Thanks everyone. Bye bye.